Hello again, and welcome to my channel, IELTS with Ralph. Well, today we're going to work on future perfect tense and the mixture of future and simple past in Task 1 academic writing. In our previous part, we worked on present simple, past simple, and future simple tense. Well, let's start with future perfect tense. When to use future perfect tense. But before that, I'm going to tell you about the structure of future perfect tense. We have will plus have plus verb, which is past participle, and by and the date. For example, will have increased, or will have grown, will have shrunk, or will have reached. These are all in future perfect tense. You know, future perfect tense in analyzing data is a more sophisticated way of talking about future, right? So there is no difference between future simple and future perfect tense when it comes to analyzing data in graphs and charts or tables, all right? It is more sophisticated. And you imagine the change has actually has already happened, all right? And you describe that change, all right? So you imagine that this change has already taken place, and you describe it. And the questions can include, which include actually future perfect tense is bar chart, graph, or pie chart, tables, maps. Now, let's take a look at an example. This is a sample line graph that we have, and it is about world population growth from 1700 up to 2100, all right? So it is actually, we're not going to work on the mixture of the tenses here because it includes past simple too. Just we're going to focus on future perfect tense. So as you can see, according to this graph, by the year now, as you can see, by the year 2050 or 2050, the world's population will be around 9.7 billion. All right. So we're going to make a sentence using future perfect tense, talking about this change. Now, when you use future perfect tense, you have to include by plus date. So our sentence would be something like this. According to the graph, the world population will have reached what? 9.7 billion by the year 2050, right? Will have reached. Now let's make another sentence. The world population will have risen to 10.9 billion by the year 2100. So will have and plus verb, which is past participle. And don't forget to include by plus date. By the year 2100. Now let's work on another example. Here's a bar chart that is about global population by broad age group in 1980, 2017, 2030, and 2050. So from 2030 and 2050, it is going to be future tense. Now, I want you to make two sentences about the world population in 2050. All right. So you're going to use two different sentence structures. So, as you see, in 2050, the number of people over the age of 60 will have grown. The number of people over the age of 60 will have grown to 2.5 billion by the year 2050. All right, will have grown. Now let's make another sentence. The world population between the ages of 25 and 59 will have reached reach what? 4.3 billion by the year 2050. All right, now let's work on a mix of tenses. It is very rare to have a question with only future dates. Bar charts, graphs, maps, pie charts usually have the mixture of tenses of past simple and future tense, right? So you're going to actually use a mixture of the two tenses here. And it's important to practice changing between the tenses, all right? Now let's work on an example. The average weekly wage of English Premier League footballers increased, it is in the past tense, by 300% between 1990 and 2020 and is expected to grow by 80% in the next 10 years. So it increased in the past and it is expected to grow. It is expected to rise. It is expected to increase by 80% in the future. All right. So as you can see, this is a mixture of past simple and future tense. Now let's take a look at an example, a sample line graph here. It is urban population of different countries like Africa, China, India, Latin America, Europe, Southeast Asia, and North America. All right. And it includes both past and future data. So we have 1995, 2005, and 2015. As you can see under the graph, there is a line indicating the time that is considered to be future tense. So it is written that data for 2016 up to 45 are projected. Means from 2016, the data is going to be about future tense. So this is how we can understand where is the past tense and where is the future tense. The question will indicate the difference between the two tenses here. All right. So now we're going to work on two example sentences. The first one is the urban population of China. We're going to work on China. Doubled between the years 1995 and 2015. All right. It doubled, increasing from 400 million to 800 million. Now I'm going to use future simple tense. According to the line graph, it will reach, it is in the future, it will reach approximately 1 billion by the year 2030. Now let's make more sentences here. The urban population of Africa rose steadily, this is in the past tense, between 1995 and 2015, reaching around 400 million in the year 2010. So as you can see how I use a mixture of the structures we worked in our previous parts here. So this makes your writing, let's say, more interesting to read for to the examiner. Examiners love those candidates who write in various ways, using various structures. So this can be very, very important if you use a mixture of different structures. We worked on 5 simple structures and 3 complex structures in writing about the data in Task 1 academic writing. If you have still not had the chance to see those videos, you can just refer to previous videos and you can find easily. All right, now let's make another sentence here. However, it is forecast to rise. It is forecast to rise. It means I'm talking about the future tense. Sharply, and will have reached 1.2 billion by the year 2045, according to the line graph. So this is another example of making a sentence in the future tense. All right, that's the end of our today's session. We worked on future perfect tense in writing about analyzing data in graphs, charts, pie charts, tables, and also a mixture of past tense and future tense. Our next part will be about writing the first sentence of your report. You will learn how to write the first sentence in IELTS writing, academic writing task 1, which is very, very important. So stay tuned, enjoy your time, and don't miss our next part. Goodbye.